But on the flip side of that, Matt, when do we know we probably should get some counseling or some help? And is that okay? I think sometimes as Christians we think, oh no, it's just more faith and more God. And when do you know when you need to get some real counseling from professionals?
That's a great question. Thanks for sharing that, because I think um, we do have to find those ways to recognize and how do we deal with these times. This illustration, I'm not a great artist, but was really helpful for me in thinking about how do I care for myself. And here's what I realized as a father and as a husband, that if I do not care for myself, I cannot care well for the people around me. So I would say we need to care for ourselves. But if you say, well, I don't want to get selfish on this because I've got other people I need to, God said I need to focus outward. I need to focus on others. True. But God also recognizes that what is happening in us is going to flow out of us. And so we need to be able to take care of our own life well if we're going to take care of others and be able to feed into others. And so this was an illustration that I saw a long time ago, and maybe you've seen it before as well. Really helpful for me to remember that if this was our life and this is a barrel, and you say, you know what, this is the water in here, that's my life filled up. So if my life is the barrel and then the water is the level of health, spiritually, emotionally, physically, psychologically, all that is the water in here. It's the life there. That in all of our lives, all the time, in the best of times, all the time, that there is some level, there is a hole down here there's things that are draining out our life. It's just natural. In the best of times, there's always a hole in this thing. And what happens is this that comes down. Now, normally we have things that feed into our lives. We have maybe this is maybe this is a part of your spiritual life. Maybe this is a part of your physical life. This is a ball. I don't know how to draw a physical life, but maybe you have some activities. Maybe this is time with friends, which is I'm going to illustrate with a cup of coffee there. That you've got, and you have those things that are good, and they feed in. They just make you feel. They fill up your life. They're life-giving. In fact, we call them that. They're life-giving activities. Maybe for me, one of these is that I like to spend time. Wow, my drawings are really getting bad here. This is a Bible here. Just I like to spend time in God's Word. That fills me up. And normally, in a good time, we have these things coming in. We have this going out. We're all good. It stays right there. It stays at a healthy level. But during these kinds of times, what we recognize, and if you've been through some tough things, maybe you've lost a job or a broken relationship, or maybe there's been something or a pandemic where you've been on lockdown for a long time, is that this hole starts to get bigger. And the bigger that hole gets, then is that suddenly now it's not just a little bit pouring out. The life seems to be draining from us quickly. And now what was normally enough, now suddenly this level starts to go down, and we feel it. And at first you don't notice it because it doesn't happen right away. It just begins to go down a little bit, and you say, I'm doing okay. It's a little tough right now. But this can get really low, and it can get almost critically low. And when this gets done here, we have, in English at least, we have phrases that describe this. My tank is empty. And what that means is that the life, all the things that were filling me up are gone. They've all drained out, and there's not been enough coming in. And when that happens, this is where people can go into times of depression, discouragement. People can, it becomes very dark days often for them. And you could even, people would want to give up on life. And no matter how much you want to change this is not a mental game. How much you want to change this, if this is the reality in your life here, you don't just get to outthink this. This is not a positive thinking thing, and I'll just, if I think positively enough, I'll fill it back up. No, that's not how that works. What we have to find is we have to find two things. We have to find one, we have to find how do I get that down a little bit? If it's so much that's draining in my life, what do I need to do to change in my thing so that it's not so draining? What do I need to do? Maybe the anxiety got really big in my life and I just need to come back, what we just talked about. And I need to recognize, you know what? I was putting too much trust in science. I was putting too much trust in vaccine. I was putting too much trust in the government or whatever it might be. I was putting too much trust somewhere else, and it just left me draining out. It just wasn't filling. It wasn't holding any water at all for me. I need to change that. I need to fix some of that. But also I need to recognize that there are times when I need to find other things that are going to feed into my life, back into my life. And you say, well, you know what? I have my normal things. I didn't change anything. Why would the level go down? And it's because this changes. And when this changes, I need to take some more time. Maybe I need to talk to people a little bit more. I don't know how to draw that. Maybe I need to get some counseling. Maybe I need to talk to my mentor. Maybe I need to take time. Here it is. Maybe I'll. This is sleeping. Maybe I need to rest more. Maybe physically I'm drained because of this. This is a very physical thing as well. Maybe I just need to rest more. Maybe I need to not try and push through. Maybe I need to exercise. Maybe I stopped exercising. Maybe I need to exercise. And I just want to recognize this is a reality in life that we have to kind of take a look at so that we can then begin to fill this back up. And it takes time. If you're down here, you won't be here in a day, even after you recognize it. And again, this would be my experience that once I recognize this is at a critical level, for me, weeks, maybe months before I felt like I was back up to a good level, making some changes, but being honest about the reality of the place in my life. I don't know if that answered that question, but
It was good. Thank you.
but this was
Thank you.
helpful for me to think about in that.